Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we're playing Poison Storm. This deck uses poison spells like Prologue to Phyresis and Infectious Inquiry to give our opponent a poison counter, and then we're just going to proliferate all over it. Contentious Plan and Experimental Augury, all these cards are going to proliferate the poison counters onto our opponent. We're going to take Pentad Prism and Everflowing Chalice, which provide us mana, and abuse the counters and put more counters on these, giving us more mana, making us do more things. Which we also put the counters on our Hickory Woodlot, Peat Bog, and Sappers and Scary that are the depletion lands. And I'm making a lot of changes today. So I'm going with 7 of the infection spells, and then I'm going to play my standard 4/4/4 of the blue proliferations, and then just 3 of Thirsting Roots. I'm going to be cutting down to only 6 artifacts. I really think Pentad Prism is the best card in the deck, so I'm playing a Muddle the Mixture, which can get Pentad Prism. Muddle the Mixture can also get one of our 4 Weather the Storms and 4 Moments Peace, which will make us much better against Mono Red and Glitters. At least that's the hope. And then we're cutting Deep Analysis from the main deck to play Lorien Revealed as a 4 of, which has Island Cycling. So we're playing our Ice Tunnel, Rimewood Falls. Lorien Revealed can get all of our colors, that means. And we have 4 basics to get. We're going to be trimming on Peat Bog, as I think it's the worst card in the depletion land slot. We only have the 1 black spell and 1 black spell on the sideboard, so I don't think it's that good. And adding a little bit of tap lands, going up 1 tap land but down in overall lands, just to pack more action in the deck. In the sideboard, I really like Bring the Ending personally. You don't have to play that. Cast Down now, I'm bringing in instead of something like Arms of Hadar or Anoint with Affliction, just because it can just murder anything. Maybe that's not worth it. I just think Cast Down can get on the table and start doing stuff faster. So we're testing that. Deep Analysis is for control decks. Tangle as an additional 2 more fogs, but also this is like a 2-for-1 fog, and this is probably going to be necessary against decks like Glitters. Arms of Hadar to clear the board, and Serrated Arrows also can be used to just ping down other creatures. And what's really sweet about Serrated Arrows, it also works with the proliferation. So as you proliferate, whatever thing you put an arrowhead counter on, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller, which is awesome. So that's the deck. If you're interested in checking out more about Poison Storm specifically, head on to the Patreon, patreon.com/calicais. Don't forget to like and subscribe on this video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think went well, what didn't go well, where I messed up, where I could have done better. All those comments are cool. And if you're in the Northeast, check out Dragon Master Games on February 24th. There's going to be a Pauper 2K guaranteed to the top 8. Hopefully I'll see you there. If not, let's head on to the matches. Round 1 versus Tommy Goif. We have some good stuff here. I think I'm going to keep this. We can play land and then cycle for an island and cast Experimental Augury, getting the mana back. If we draw a land, well, actually, we probably want to go Scary, play the Chalice, cycle, play island. Maybe an off-color island. That's the turn. And then we can use Experimental Augury with Chalice and the island to get this land back. And then Prologue and stuff. Already enjoying the Lorien Revealed, I guess. Dark Moss Bridge. Okay, so this is some sort of Affinity or Jund variant. We find a Peat Bog. So let's play out the Everflowing Chalice. Hold the kicker 1. We can pass the turn. So here is where sequencing is a little bit annoying because we need the island for the Prologue, but we also want to use the Experimental Augury. Maybe I should cycle the Lorien Revealed on end step with the Chalice. I don't know what's going on over there, but I assume it's some sort of Jund stuff. Okay. Brindle Shoat. That's a 1/1 that becomes a 3/3. So this is some sort of black-green sacrifice aristocrats deck. Let's get the island. Untap lands are at a peak. Pentad Prism, hello. Okay, this is going very well. So Pentad Prism we cast for 2 different colors of mana. And then we use one of the mana to cast Experimental Augury. That's going to give me back... Let's grab another augury. Weather the Storm could be good, but I want to start poisoning my opponent. So now I can go Prologue to Phyresis, poison you. Okay, actually, and now I can Experimental Augury, poison you, put some counters on all these things. Let's grab the thing that draws us cards. In the order, you, 1, 2, 1, 1. Okay, we still have 1 mana left over and 1 mana again on the Pentad Prism. So now we can cast Weather the Storm and gain 15 life. It's turn 3. They're at 2 poison. We gain 15 life. Things are looking up. Poison Storm deck can be kind of slow, but that was a very fast start. All right, you have a 1/1. What are you going to do? Brave the Wilds. So they're bargaining. Target land you control becomes a 3/3 elemental creature with haste that's still a land. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put in your hand, then shuffle. So that seems not great. Okay, they're just turning their swamp into a 3/3, trading their land for a 3/3. That's fine. We take 4 damage and go to 31 life on turn 3. We can actually... Wow, sorry, I got really excited there for a second, but I think I almost want to muddle the mixture. Let's muddle the mixture here. Grabbing the Pentad Prism. Play the Pentad Prism. I love it. And then we can draw a card. I feel like I maybe didn't do that the best way. I wanted to be able to also use the Vivisurgeon's Insight this turn, but it looks like I can't. So I have to just pass the turn here. We play Jungle Hollow, gain a life. They played Young Wolf at the end of their last turn, so they're going to attack us for 5 down to 26 at the moment. I still have Weather the Storm in hand. And the problem with their swamp being a 3/3 is that they have to hold it to use mana, so they can't attack with it. They're going to maybe Deadly Dispute one of their creatures. They're playing a Nest Invader. So we should be well set against this deck. We can just go ahead and Vivisurgeon's Insight. Draw 3. 1, 2, 1. Okay, you're at 4. Lay out my Woodlot so that when I... now I can just go Thirsting Roots. Woodlot's going to get a counter on it too. You... Alright. And then... I think I can probably just tap the Chalice now. It's kind of not great if we draw more Proliferation, but I might as well just use it. Okay, we draw an Insight. Part of the reason for having the second Prism is that we just have tons and tons of Proliferation here. Okay. Let's draw a card. Prologue. So right now we have enough mana to cast Inquiry and also cast Weather the Storm. If we draw a Proliferation spell, they're just dead. We didn't draw a Proliferation, so we're going to cast Weather the Storm, gain 21 life, pass the turn. We've kind of flooded out here, which is something that happens, but they scooped it up. Sweet. And we would have drawn a Proliferation next turn. So do we want to change anything? Maybe Arms of Hadar is okay. We know that they're on a deck that wants to attack. So we could just cut the muddle, the mixture, and bring in the Tangles. And then even cut the second Chalice. Because we're just going to take our sweet time, eventually get there. Let's cut actually another Weather the Storm here. Just work on fogging them. Interested to see how the 6 fog plan works out. They're choosing to play first. We have a very slow hand. I suppose I'm going to keep. This is just Vivisurgeon on turn 3. So we probably play the Scary, then the Rimewood Falls. Or we could play the Rimewood Falls first and hold up Fog if we draw it. Alright, so now we find a Pentad Prism. Play the Scary, pass the turn. Next turn, play the Peat Bog. Play a Young Wolf and a Carrion Feeder. Alright. Let's play the Peat Bog. I figured that I was just not going to do anything on the first couple of turns. Duress. Not great. So they can take the Insight or the Pentad Prism. We have double proliferation either way. They take the Pentad Prism. So that means that we're definitely going to just cast Insight on the next turn. But we don't have access to Fog. So if they're going to threaten lethal... Anyway, let's just draw 3 cards. Might as well. They don't have interaction whatsoever, most likely. Dun dun. Okay, I'm going to discard the Ice Tunnel. Seems like the least impactful card. They're going to Village Rites the Young Wolf, going up to 3 power on the table. Get rid of this Ice Tunnel. Next turn we can play the Pentad Prism and then just have Moment's Peace available. They're duressing again. So here we have to play the Rimewood Falls now. We get in for 3. Just going to hang out. We go to 15. Blood Fountain. So they can use the Blood Fountain to loot. And if they're playing something like Gixian Infiltrator, then it would make the Infiltrator bigger as they sacrifice the blood tokens. They can Deadly Dispute the blood tokens as well. Stinks that 2 of our Pentad Prisms are gone. They're going to loot away a Carrion Feeder. Or rummage it away. Play land. I think I'll just pass. We've got essentially 6 turns lined up here with the Moments Pieces. Getting in for 3. So basically with the Moments Pieces and the Tangles in the deck, if we cast every single one of them, that would be 12 Time Walks. We're sacrificing the Young Wolf to the Carrion Feeder so they can play a Bone Picker. And then I guess they can get these back, so that's kind of neat for them. Play this Scary, pass the turn. We could next turn maybe just use the Thirsting Roots to grab an Forest. Just going to play the Moment's Peace and pass the turn. You have a Colony Garden. Okay. They Village Rites, sacrificing the Colony Garden. Plays a Mortician Beetle and a Bone Picker. We still haven't poisoned them at all. We'll get there. And find a contentious plan. So let's start with draw 3. Okay. I'll cast my Chalice for 1 mana. And then I'm going to Thirsting Roots, searching for a forest. I can just play the forest and pass the turn. We have just another Fog lined up. And then the turn after that, we're going to start proliferating and trying to do stuff. We can't currently cast the Moments Piece from the graveyard, so if they have a Relic or a Bog, then they can get rid of a bunch of our Moments Pieces. Maybe it doesn't even matter. 6, 7, 8, 9. Might as well Moments Piece. We're going to get back their creature. I'm going to yield until attack step. Let's make them do it. Plays the Young Wolf. We're going to go ahead and attack. We play a Fog. We're going to take 0. They're at 2 cards in hand. One of them is a Carrion Feeder. All right, Scary is pretty decent. So I'll play the Scary. Lead on Thirsting Roots. Proliferate. 1. Just getting my counters on my stuff back. So then let's go with these. It's just Experimental Augury, looking for a poison spell or a big draw spell. Fun Inquiry, so that's good. And then we have 1 more Fog lined up. Or we can do it this way. So let's go Infectious Inquiry. Now you're finally poisoned. We're going to Contentious Plan. I'm not going to proliferate onto your creature, so sorry about that. And we have an Everflowing Chalice that taps for 4 now, so we can just go ahead and Moment's Peace from the graveyard. Not going to yield in case there's a Relic in my future. They attack with everything. We cast Moment's Peace. I'm not afraid of any sort of way for them to get around Moment's Peace. They don't have any way, as far as I'm aware, of making damage not preventable in green-black. They're just sadly sitting there attacking and hoping that I've run out. I mean, they're only at 2 poison. Okay. So, find a Contentious Plan. Let's cast the Contentious Plan first. All right, you're at 3 poison now. Find a Prologue. think I'm just gonna play the Woodlot out so I have extra mana. Let's play this Vivisurgent's Insight. Draw a bunch of cards. And I was floating 1 black in case I found a Inquiry, and we did find an Infectious Inquiry. We're gonna go to 8 here. Find a Tangle, so that's nice. We don't have to do anything else because we can do stuff at instant speed. Let's just proliferate, actually. You're gonna be going to 6. Hopefully I don't kill myself with all my card draw. Infectious Inquiries. I'm an 8. That's the turn. If they attack with everything, then it's probably better for me to just cast Tangle to get 2 turns of not having to cast anything. Gonna be sad. Tangle. And then let's cast Prologue. Go to 7 poison. Find an Insight. Sweet. We're gonna draw We're gonna draw 6 cards minimum next turn, plus another card for turn. So we're basically wheeling. All right. Let's go ahead and cast the Pentad Prism using the non-blue mana. Lay out the island. And they're dead. 1, 2, 3. So we just have to execute now. Lay out the island. Lead on the one that draws us cards. Vivisurgent's Insight. At this point, we could BM them and put counters onto their Carrion Feeder, but it's probably just not worth it. Let's draw some more cards. So I'm not worried about using all my blue mana since I have the Pentad Prism. You're at 9. And then we could really just BM them by putting a bunch on the stack, but I'm just going to just get the game over. We win the game. They wouldn't let me poison them to lethal. Let's go to round 2. Round 2 here versus Nasimdre. We're on the play. So we have like our setup cards, which is good. No card draw. We have a Fog. I think I'm going to keep. We probably lead on the Woodlot. And then we can go Woodlot, Island, and Dead Prism, or just Woodlot, and then turn 2 play the Scary. Kind of depends on what our opponent does. We are looking to rip some card draw, though, unfortunately. And playing off the top of the deck isn't great. But we do have a lot of card draw. They've got an Island. See if they tap it. Preordain. So here, given that they're on some sort of mono blue deck, we likely want to just get the Pentad Prism down and proliferate immediately. So we have mana set up underneath us. Moment's Peace can be pretty good versus Terror, but they can counterspell all of our card draw. So it's kind of a plus and minus situation. Okay, Prologue right away. I think we have to just do that. Let's Prologue them. And then Thirsting Roots, so they'll go to 2. This makes every single card in our deck a threat. And then, in the face of the blue mana, we can just play out the rest of our cards. Proliferate here, getting our mana back underneath us, and then we'll start playing out the blue lands. You're at 2. Your turn. We do have the single Muddle the Mixture as our counterspell, but not having Deep Analysis in the main deck is going to be tough. We have a lot of things we can sideboard into. Island Preordain, maybe they're on like Familiars. I would expect Mono Blue Terror, but Terror's not really playing Preordain, so it's kind of confusing. Another Preordain. Okay, it is Familiars. So what we want to do, I think, at this point is play out the Scary and then go Prism into Prologue, trying to draw into cards. Then that like puts us down on mana. We have the Forest for the next turn. Play the Scary. Play this Pentad Prism. So let's see if we can beat Familiars with 8 duds in our deck with Moment's Peace and Weather the Storms. Draw a card. Luckily, we don't need all of those for the post board, and we draw a Contentious Plan, which is quite good. So as long as we can resolve the Contentious Plan, we're going to be able to get the mana back underneath us, and we have to not do it while they have the open counterspell mana available. I'm just going to develop my lands and pass the turn. Definitely a downside to playing 8 of these effects. They play a land. Kind of expect them. Okay, so they're preordaining, meaning they don't have counterspell up, but they could have prohibit. Just pass the turn. The island, pass the turn. They've got 5 mana. Let's see if they just dump a Muldrifter onto the table. With Sunscape Familiar. We're just gonna lose without being able to do anything. Let's play Swamp. Let's go ahead and cast this. Get some more mana on the table. I'll just pass the turn. We're basically Tron, and Tron has a bad game 1 versus FAMs. I guess Moment's Peace is good if they're on the Mystic plan. Alright, there's a Godfair's Faithful that doesn't do anything, but it helps cast Meeting the Minds if they're on Meeting the Minds. Find more lands, so we're going to pass the turn. We have to get to the point where we have a critical mass of spells, and I don't see a way to get through them right now. But luckily it doesn't matter. Okay, they are on Murmuring Mystic. Not great. They have 5 cards in hand. They cycle in Ash Barrens. So they have 2 mana, okay, 3 mana available, 4 cards in hand. We're looking for a couple spells. Infectious Inquiry. Let's go for the Contentious Plan, see if they counter it. They're not going to. Okay. So maybe they were just didn't have it. Okay, they just didn't have it. That's pretty good for me. Let's cast Vivid Surgeon's Insight. Let's cast Inquiry. Put them to 7 poison. And then put you to, guess I can Chalice here. Tap the Chalice and this, and then Inquiry again. You're at 8 poison. We have an Experimental Augury now. We know they have no counter spells in hand. They kind of they were bluffing, and I had to call it, and then we just got there. There's a land, and Archaeomancer is going to get a Preordain. Let's see how they scry, because that could tell us whether or not they find a counter. They're going to scry, gain a life, make a bird. So Arms of, well, I don't think Arms of Fadar is really where I want to be, but what's his face? Serrated Arrows is pretty good against familiars, just pecking away at everything. They're going to tap out, so they're probably going to die if they do that. Maybe they're going to snap something. You can't tap out right now. You're going to die. They're going to snap their Archaeomancer. Okay, so they went top bottom, finding a snap. They're going to now replay the Archaeomancer into the Preordain. Plays the Archaeomancer. So, oh, and they no longer have any blue mana. So I think they're going to die now. We'd have to get pretty unlucky to not find another Proliferation or Poison spell in the top 4 cards. I think they just, when they were trying to cast the Archaeomancer, they misclicked. That's unfortunate. I think it looks like they were just going to go for like a bunch of snaps to try to make more birds. Okay, so the snap finally came back to their hand, and they scooped it up. All right, it's good that we got that Proliferation early in. Look, we would have drawn the Augury, but the rest of that would have been lands. So we would have gone find the Augury, or draw the Augury, Augury, find nothing, Augury, find something else. They scooped the match? That's surprising. Unfortunate. So good luck, Nasindre. I hope that you can have some fun with familiars. Apparently they were just off it. Let's go to round 3. Okay, round 3 versus Selkas, who could be on any sorts of things. And this is probably okay because we have a second land. Even if we have a second tap land, let's keep it. Play island and pass a turn. I think I probably cycle for the black tap land, unfortunately, and then see what we can do. If they're on, problem is if they're on red, we're gonna die here because turn 3 we play Undead Prism and then just pass. I don't know what my opponent's on. Land go. If I see a red land, I'm grabbing the green. Okay. Let's grab the green land. Play that. Pass the turn. We're going to pass again. So this next turn, my plan is Pentad Prism. Plus Scary. Land. Pentad Prism. And then this next turn after that, it looks like we can start doing a bunch of stuff. We can go Chalice into... I don't know. I gotta think that through. Hopefully they don't kill me right now. They're gonna attack for 4. That's not that much. Not worried. They get in for 4. Okay. Bonk. I'm not gonna deal with this chain lightning nonsense. So I can play Ever-Flowing Chalice, multi-character 1. Then I'm going to Thirsting Roots, proliferate. So that adds mana. This, and this. 1, 2, 3. We can go Infectious Inquiry. Draw 2 cards. Play Peat Bog. Then go Weather the Storm, gain 12. That's not a lot in the face of mono red, but it is something. And on the next turn we have Contentious Plan into Vivisurgent's Insight. They're going to attack me for 2, putting me to 20. And they've got Seal of Fire on the table. We have Moment's Peace. Could be pretty good. Contentious Plan. You get a poison. I get a lot of counters. Ever-Flowing Chalice doing work. We'll play this Hickory Woodlot. And then let's just use the Chalice actually. 1, 2, 3. Insight. You. Okay, I got some counters again. Now I can Pentat Prism. Storm is 3. I think I'm gonna pass. I could get a bigger Weather the Storm going. They're gonna swing for 2. Donk. I'll take it. I think that Selkis does not play Reckless Impulses in his deck. Find another Insight. Let's go land. This, and a green, I guess. Play the Insight. You get a poison. Doot. So now everything that I cast that has Proliferate is also a Dark Ritual at the same time, which is awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast Vivisurgent's Insight again. You go to 5. And then we're going to cast Dark Ritual that also poisons our opponent. Sick. Okay. We're Contentious Planning. Draw a card. Our opponent gives us a sad face in chat. It just did not, I don't know what they were going for. But it didn't work out. Let's cast this Chalice now. We got the mana. We're gonna cast Augury. Finding Insight. Sweet. We're just going off. 2 free. Not really. It's gonna be a scary ride for the rest of the match, I think. Cast this. Insight's gonna draw 3 cards. You go to 9. Doink. And then we'll just finish them off with a regular old Prologue to Phyresis. Bonk. Sweet. We won. Okay, now we just have to take one of the post-board games. I have 0. So my question is, what do I want to do here? I don't know if fogging is better than trying to wipe the table. I feel like trying to wipe the table is probably where I want to be. So get the Arms of Hadar into there. Then we could maybe take out the Ever-Flowing Chalice. I have to check his list to see if he's on Gorilla Shaman. I don't think so. So no Gorilla Shaman, but he does have Smash to Smithereens. So we could, like, get rid of the Chalices. And then, but then we have to rely on the rest of our spells. Definitely want the Arms of Hadar. Maybe we can just trim on the Muddle of the Mixture. And 1 Thirsting Roots or 1 Chalice. I think I'll just trim on the Thirsting Roots. He also is going to have Pyroblast. Whatever. Let's do this. Okay, we have opened a couple of proliferation spells. Our opponent's keeping 7 cards, which means they have a fast hand. So we can go land, turn 2 proliferate, draw a card. So we'll have 5 mana turn 3. Probably okay. I'm a little nervous. They play a mountain. Okay, we're 1 damage already. I'm gonna go Scary, pass. Turn 2 Peat Bog. Play Contentious Plan. If they're tapped out. We're gonna Blast Runner. Get in for 1. Okay, so they're not tapped out here, which makes me nervous. I'll play Peat Bog. We find the Arms of Hadar. We could just arms them. Kind of have to, like, get them to overextend. Right now they can attack for 4. I don't want to cast my Singleton Contentious Plan into their Pyroblast they potentially have. Plays a Bushwhacker. Okay, so my expectation is that they have Pyroblast in hand. All right, let's play the peat bot. Let's play the woodlot and get rid of all their creatures. Now they have to commit to the table again. If they tap out, we can cycle the Lorien Revealed for an island and then cast Contentious Plan using the woodlot. If they don't, we play the peat bog. They Kuldotha Rebirth. Do they have another one? Overflowing Chalice, huh? I'm gonna cycle this right now. Lay out my land. And then try to play a Contentious Plan. They Pyroblast it. And then next turn I have land, Contentious Plan again, and 6 mana. As long as they don't have another Pyro. 3 damage. Land, Contentious Plan. Okay. I think I just have to draw 3. Alright, we did not find a Weather the Storm or a Fog. So we could be just dead here. Looks like we're just dead. That was fun. We tried. Alright, so how do I want to change what I'm doing? Maybe I want more muddles? And then tangles? Just get rid of the chalice completely? I was a little bit nervous about the... Get rid of the muddle. Maybe Arms of the Hour is not good enough. I don't know. Keep. Scary Pass. So if they tap out on turn 2, then we have Prism, Contentious Plan. Then we can arms them pretty well. That's the turn. It looks like they don't want to tap out. Okay, they play Blast Runner and a land and an implement. Okay, we've got stuff to do. Find a Moment's Peace. Prism into Prism. And then we can play the Contentious Plan. Get all of our stuff back. And then we have to pass the turn. Or I could just go Augury right now. Probably worth it. Maybe I'll find a Weather the Storm. I have a Tangle or an island. I want the island. I can put my stuff on my things. Oh, okay. So now we have the island for turn. Island. That's the turn. That was turn 3. I kind of forgot that. So now I have Moment's Peace. If they slam in, and I can untap and arms them, or just cast Vivisearcher's Insight. Probably want to try to get the Inquiry going. It's a tough situation for me because any Pyroblasts are a big problem. If they only attack for 2, that's fine, I think. We're at 16. Boo! Smash to smithereens, okay. That thing's dead. I'm gonna draw some cards. Should I prologue first? I don't think so. Draw 3 cards. And then I pass the turn. They're cracking the implement. So we probably have to Moment's Peace. 4 damage. Is that gonna kill me? I think I'm gonna take the 4 and go to 8. I'm nervous though. Another smash. Draw a card. Let's cycle this. Grabbing the black land. Okay. Play that. We can just prologue. We're at 5 though. Suck. Next turn I can arms into Weather the Storm. I'm at 5 life, so I'm dead to double burn spell. Although Smash the Smithereens really stunk for me. They're gonna get in for 2. Well, so I'm dead to so many things. If I Weather the Storm right now, I'm dead to Bolt, Seal of Fire. I'm dead to everything anyway. Moment's Peace, pass the turn. I'm dead to 1 burn spell. Like, nothing I can do. Yep. Yeah, I mean, burn is fast. It's unfortunate. We took 1 game, so see you there. On to round 4. Round 4 versus a person who likes to play Cog-8, but may not necessarily be on that. This is a probably not very good hand. I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, I like this one a lot better. We have a lot going on. Let's keep. Put back 1 woodlot. I think I'm going to lead on the scary. Pass. We can prologue on turn 2, and then on turn 3, cycle this and use Experimental Augury. playing an island. Preordain for the opponent. So I'm gonna guess that he's on a version of Cogate, but who knows? Island Preordain. I don't think they've been on Preordain quite as much. Like Woodlot and pass the turn. It's really nice having my first spell of the whole match, or of the league. Wow, what am I talking about? This first spell of the game being the proliferation. Or the poison. So black, huh? Blue-black control? Blue-black flicker? Okay, nice. So we get to go proliferate. You. And then we can experimental augury. Looking for a land. I'll take this insight. You again. And then I'll cycle this for the black tap land. And pass the turn. This card's a Tithing Blade. So it's on some sort of flicker, blue-black Tithing Blade stuff. Maybe it is a version of fairies. We pay 3 mana. Evoking Muldrifter. So this is the flicker deck. Cool. I think we just draw 3 cards off the insight here. Draw. You go to 4. All right, I feel pretty confident here. Let's pass. Although the problem that I'm having at the moment is that my scaries are only on 2 counters. Play Murmuring Mystic. That's fine. Tap, tap, tap. Let's draw 3 more cards. You. All right. We find Thirsting Roots and Inquiry. It's probably good to just lay out my Woodlot here to get more mana on the table. We have to discard a card. I think Moment's Peace. Moment's Peace is fine in the graveyard as a useful tool, and we can always weather the storm. They're going to cast Lorien Revealed. So they're going to peck in for 1. Donk. We have 6, 8, 9, 10 mana. I'm going to lead on Inquiry. Draw. Let's go for Augury in case I find a Pentad Prism. Find another Inquiry. I'll just take that. You. All right, done. So now we can actually kill them now. Yep. Proliferate. And then play Prologue. Then play Contentious Plan. You. All right, turn 6. Not terrible. All right, so we don't want the Moment's Pieces. We don't really want the Weather the Storms. We do want the Deep Analysis. Potentially bringing in a few, bringing the endings. I think I can cut down on Weather the Storms. Maybe even to 1. Not sure about that. Let's just cut down on 1 Thirsting Roots and bring in the 2 Serrated Arrows. Now we have a critical mass of draw spells, a little bit of life gain, and some number of counter spells. All right, so this hand is probably fine. Let's keep. Leads on Ash Barrens into Campfire. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, we found the turn 2 Pentad Prism. That's nice. Like that a lot. They're going to probably play a bounce land. They do. So the question is, do we Pentad Prism into Contentious Plan or into Prologue? And it feels like we just get the mana under us. Pentad Prism and Contentious Plan. So then we'll untap with 2 Contentious Plan here. Oops. Okay. Proliferate and pass. So we have 5 mana on turn 3. We can just jam the Inquiry or just make land drops. Both are decent. We can also wait until their end step to Prologue. They're gonna play a rat, maybe? No. Seagate Oracle? Okay, so I think I play Land Inquiry. Play this Infectious Inquiry, draw 2 cards. Play Hickory Woodlot, and I will pass the turn. If they tap out, then I can Vivisection's Insight and put my stuff back on, put my counters back on my depletion lands. If they don't tap out, then it's going to be a little bit sketchier. If they don't tap out, then I just play the tap lands. Evoke some Muldrifter, okay. So we can play Insight off of Woodlot, Island, and Prism. Vivisection's Insight. You. And done. So probably soon I'm going to start playing out the serrated arrows. Let's pass the turn. Don't need more woodlots, I don't think. 4 mana. Plays a Murmuring Mystic. So here's where I just slam the serrated arrows and ping the Murmuring Mystic. Although I guess you could have flickers. Probably will have flicker. Let's play serrated arrows. Ping the Mystic. Go ahead and play the Peat Bog. Experimental Augury. Finding another prism. I'm taking the prism here just for upside. Done. So now you have to flicker your Mystic. Otherwise it's going to die soon. Pass the turn. They're playing Island. They're going to go ahead and attack for 1. All right. I'm going to play out my Ice Tunnel, and let's pass. We can probably kill the Mystic with their flicker on the stack. Or we can just, like, they cycle Suffocating Fumes. Just left that on the deck because they didn't have anything to bring in. They probably brought in the Campfire for the same reason. Cycles a Lorien Revealed. Okay. I think I'm just going to play a Prologue right now, but a little bit, maybe it's not worth it. Okay, they untap. We know Flicker costs 3 for them. I think I will just shoot. Get in for 1. Put a counter on the Mystic. Okay. Cast Prologue. Probably going to counterspell this. I guess it's important to note that the Mystic is a X5, so we have to put 5 -1 counters on it to kill it. Maybe I should have spread the counters around. I think they have Flicker in hand, and they're considering whether they should cast it. Casting Flicker. All right, well, let's cast a Experimental Augury. Finding Contentious Plan. You. Sure. Counter on the Mystic. Doesn't really matter. Now the Mystic is back in business. It's a 1/5 again. We draw an island. Okay. Untap. Play the Scary. Let's Mystic. Go ahead and Contentious Plan. Trying to make them use counters on the things that don't draw me tons and tons and tons of cards. See what we draw. Another Contentious Plan. Okay. They're going to counterspell. Blue and blue. Cast Lorien Revealed. Probably has another counterspell. Dang. So I think I might be locked out of the game if they find Archaeomancer into counterspell again. There's Archaeomancer. They probably grab the Flicker though. So like if I find a proliferation spell, I can go arrows on the Mancer, play the proliferation spell. They have to respond by flickering, and then I can cast Lorien Revealed. But if they get back counterspell here, it's a big problem. Okay, yeah, that's a problem. Get in for 4. Okay, passing the turn. Okay, so combat, ping the Mancer, take 4 again. We go to 6. Murmuring Mystic is like really brutal. Everybody's doing it. They're going to draw a bunch of cards with a Muldrifter. They have counterspell in hand, so we need 2 spells. We need 2 spells to live. Lorien Revealed will not resolve. If I can find... Okay, Bring the Ending is going to make Lorien Revealed resolve. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's cast Lorien Revealed. They play Counterspell. We also play Counterspells. Not today. Draw 3 cards. We're going to need some good cards. Okay, let's ping the Muldrifter. And then play... probably have to play the island here. And then let's draw cards first. Put them to 7. Draw some more cards. Put them to 8. I think we're going to get it. Experimental Augury. Good thing I drew the cards first. Any order. Go to 9. Dink, dink, dink. That feels good. We're at 2 life, and we have exactly enough. Cast this. Ah, gotcha. GG. Ooh, lucky. He said he got stormed out. Good luck in the rest. See you in round 5. Round 5 versus Ret Jester, who I have no idea what they're playing. And we can keep this Affinity maybe? So we can woodlot into an island and then play Pentad Prism. Red, black. Yeah, it is Affinity. Question is whether or not I want to develop the Peepog or try to get the Pentad Prism right now with the Thirsting Roots. I think I'll play the Peepog. And then start making some blue land drops. A Deadly Dispute. So they could have Metallic Rebukes or counterspells in their deck. Probably not playing like Negate in the main deck. Pyroblast out of the board is a problem. Yeah, it's been hard to beat Affinity post board sometimes. There's a Somber Hoverguard. So this is Luffy's list, it looks like, meaning that we can just kind of figure out from there what we're looking to get done. Let's Experimental Augury, find a Prologue. This, and this. And then I can just use the Prologue here. Play the Greenland. Pass the turn. Now our opponent's at 1 poison. We've got 2 Moments pieces and Insight lined up. Got Prologue on hand. Feel decent. Plays a Wellspring, not leaving up any blue mana. Okay, Mirror Enforcer. So Moments pieces are going to be needed. Let's go. And Proliferate. You. And how much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Just draw a card here. Prologue. And Dead Prism, huh? Play a Prism. Then I can pass the turn. Probably not going to use the Moments piece this turn. I'm going to have to look up the list from Luffy to see what kind of stuff he's got going on. Okay, plays a Kenku. So that means that he's probably going aggro here. That's a lot of damage. 10 damage. But we're going to draw a lot of cards, so it, 1, 2. Pass the Surgeon's Insight. You go to 4. Then lay out my Scary. And play my Chalice right now. And then can probably resolve the Moments piece. Pass the turn. So we're dead to double Galvanic. We're dead to Munitions. We're dead to double Counterspell. Moments piece. Okay, that resolves. Perfect. Okay, no damage. Plays a Candy Trail. Alright, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if Luffy's playing Candy Trail. They said that they were worried about fogging. I'm glad that I got to fog them out. Plays another Candy Trail. Ret Jester is a member of the Familiars Discord as well, I believe. Find a Contentious Plan. That is solid. So let's use our mana here. Contentious Plan. 5. Okay. We have a bunch of mana now. Make sure I proliferate everything though. Doink. Let's Lorien Revealed. Resolves. Okay. Play Contentious Plan. You. Alright. Nice. Let's cast a Lorien Revealed. Resolves. Oh man, we're just gonna win this turn. Proliferate. Got a 7. And then we can... Storm count is 5. I might as well just go for the win. Augury here. Put you to 8. Another Augury. Alright, perfect. You. We can Augury again. They finally counterspell. No, they're cracking the Chromatic Star looking for a counterspell. Draws a card. So they're dead. Nice. Go to 9. All of our mana's bigger. Just cast a Prologue. And I'm not going to cast a Weather the Storm, even though I could. Show him how hard it I would have won. Almost GG'd. Okay, so sideboarding, it's going to be harder post-board for sure. Okay, I want the Deep Analysis, I think. Feel like serrated arrows is good against them, getting rid of their big creatures. I don't think Moment's Peace is that necessary, but it did work. It did do work. I can just arrows all their stuff, make it teeny tiny. And then I have a Muddle the Mixture for another Weather Storm. That's my plan. They're not that fast. We can just weather them out. Okay, we got arrows early. We have Chalice, no proliferation. Keeping it anyway. Okay. Pentad Prism. Let's play the Peat Bog and pass. Playing the Peat Bog because the Woodlot could be used for proliferation. We have a Duress. Man, take your pick, I guess. Probably takes the draw spell, I had to guess. The next turn I'm going to go Woodlot Chalice. They take my Pentad Prism. Boo. Okay, Sappers and Scary Chalice. This allows me to, I don't know, we could have 4 mana here to play the Serrated Arrows in the next turn. Plays a Wellspring. I think I'm probably going to play the Serrated Arrows. I want the Lorien Revealed in play. But, or not the Lorien, it doesn't go into play. I don't know what I'm talking about. The Serrated Arrows pass the turn. So I can go Woodlot, and then the next turn play the Island, and then cast a 5-drop. They play a Thoughtcast, land. Whatever creature they play I can ping, but they don't play creature. Play this Woodlot and pass. Nervous about that red land with Pyroblast as a potential option. Oops. Make it smaller. That's a turn. I feel like he has a Pyroblast in hand. I'm going to play this Pentad Prism. Pass again. He knows I have the Lorien Reveal, and he's holding up a red land. It's in for 3. Okay. I'll take a draw. Thirsting Roots is good. Proliferate. Okay, make that smaller. Make all my stuff bigger. Play a land. Pass a turn. They play a Wellspring. And draw a card. Just going to make it a 1/1. They play a Krark-Clan Shaman. I'm going to lead on this prologue here. They tapped off of the Pyroblast mana. Interesting. Cast Lorien Revealed. They just have negate. That's a disappointment. I probably should have killed the Krark. Kind of annoying because they can just sacrifice the 2 Wellsprings, but maybe they don't want to do that. It kills their Mere Enforcer. They just wanted to draw cards. At least they're poisoned. No, they're not poisoned because they countered both of my things. Stupid Affinity. Dumps another Mere Enforcer on the table. Right, I feel like I have to concede here. Really frustrating. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. What do we draw? Nothing. Alright, we want maximum card draw. Get rid of my Everflowing Chalices and bring in bring the endings. Cutting at Thirsting Roots. Just to be able to protect my own stuff. If I had the protection there, I could have probably won for the Muddle. I don't know. Don't feel great about it. Looking for a good hand that has lands. There was no lands in that one. Okay. Keep. What do we get rid of? Guess the Weather the Storm here. Play land. They're just going to Duress me again. Who plays Duress? Right, Peat Bog, go. This is a really bad position now because if they have a counterspell, we're super dead in the water. We only have 2 lands. We need to be able to proliferate. This is going to Duress me again. Chromatic Star. Annoying. Alright, let's draw some cards. If I can draw into the lands. Okay, pass a turn. We have Experimental Augury on deck, but we have to lose a land to play it. They cast a Deadly Dispute. So our best draw, I guess, would be... Oh, we find a Bring the Ending. I have to lose all my lands to do that, though. Sucks. Pass the turn. They play a land. Somber Hoverguard. Somber Hoverguard. They are representing Counterspell. By this Woodlot out. Okay, so we can maybe get back into the game here because we have double Serrated Arrows. and I can protect my Bring the Ending, or protect my Augury, my Thirsting Roots with the Bring the Ending. They Deadly Dispute. We're going to be taking 6, which is a very large amount of damage. They have to cast Negate on the Thirsting Roots, though. And now they have double Counterspell. Gets in for 6. Okay. We have double Thirsting Roots. Let's Proliferate. They're using a counter. We're just going to counter back. Make them have the counter. The counter back. Oh no. Dang. I shouldn't have done that. I knew they had the Red Blast. Okay, so I punted here. I'm going to have to concede because I punted so horribly, but I should have not countered because I knew they had Red Blast. I could play the Thirsting Roots and then I have all my mana. And then I could have countered later. I can't believe how badly I threw. That really sucks. Oh my god, I threw so bad. Alright, well, not the way that I wanted to finish. Oh well. Yikes. I'm ashamed. Sad. Okay, well, I do really enjoy this deck. I think there's probably room for improvement. I just don't know exactly where I want to be. I feel like having Lorien Revealed in the main deck makes it a little bit better, but also not having Deep Analysis makes it a little bit worse. So take that with a grain of salt. I feel like we have to put the Moments pieces in the deck, but then we lose out on things. So I need to keep working on it. If you stuck around to the end, I appreciate it. I'm sorry. We'll see you in the next video.